Realtors, AI is coming for your job. If that just put a knot in your stomach, just take a breath, because most of what you are reading out there is complete bullshit.
They took our job?
Well, not all of it. There is a real company out there, venture-backed, real buyers, real closings, and they openly compare their showing system to a rideshare app. Their software finds the house and drafts the offer. Then they pay a local agent an hourly rate to go unlock the door. I am going to show you why that model has already run into a wall, what the founder himself admitted to, and the actual divide forming in this business right now. Let's go. Just one word though on where I'm standing, because this is not a tech guy raging out against AI. A large chunk of my business runs on AI right now. I build AI infrastructure for realtors every single day, and I have spent enough time under the hood of these systems to know what they actually do well and where they fall apart. That is exactly why I can tell when a company is selling a product to clients and when it is selling a story to investors. And I know this app is not really what is keeping you up. What is keeping you up is the idea that somebody with a lot of money is going to commoditize the thing you spent a decade building. So stay with me, because the protection against that is more boring and more permanent than you think. Let's start with the actual product, because the framing tells you everything. Buyers search the same MLS feed that you use. When a buyer wants to see a house, the request goes out to a network of local agents, and the first one who accepts it goes and takes the showing. The founder's own comparison is a rideshare app. Sit with that for a second. They are describing the largest financial transaction of a person's life as a dispatch problem. When you order a ride, you do not care who is driving. The driver is interchangeable by design. That is fine for a $15 fare. Now put that exact logic on a $400,000 purchase. A buyer walking into a house is not solving a scheduling problem. They are trying to work out whether this is the right decision for their family, whether the street feels safe at night, or if the foundation is failing. An hourly door opener has no reason to say the hard thing. No relationship to protect, no deal to close, no reputation on the line. That is not a cheaper version of you. That is a completely different job wearing your license. Software handles the data. Humans handle trust. And it gets worse when you move up the stack from showings to autonomy. The 2026 PropTech reports are pushing one idea hard to brokerages right now: agentic AI as a digital teammate. The pitch is a junior team member who works around the clock without a salary, executing tasks on its own. There is a version of this that is real. AI that drafts follow-ups or builds listing presentations from your own notes is genuine leverage. Heck, that's most of my week. The version being sold here is different. It touches your database, sends the message, and tells you about it afterward. Think about what your database actually is. It is the couple in the middle of a divorce, the client who buried her father in March, the guy who lost a bidding war and is still embarrassed about it. Your CRM does not know that. You know it, because you were there. So the bot scans for contacts and fires off a cheerful note about how hot the market is to the wrong person in the wrong week in your name. You will not get an angry reply. You will get nothing, and the referrals stop. AI is leverage on your judgment. It is not a substitute for knowing your people. So why does this idea keep getting funded? Silicon Valley has decided the friction in real estate is paperwork. They see scheduling, comps, and contracts. If that were the whole job, an app would have finished you off 10 years ago. The actual friction is hesitation. None of that is a data problem. You cannot automate courage, and the part nobody in the hype cycle mentions is that the founder of this app has already admitted it. They launched with a vision of a fully AI-powered, unrepresented buyer experience. Then they ran it in a live market in Florida, and the market told them something. Human buyer agents still add value, so they kept them. Their CEO now describes the target as 95 to 98% autonomy, not 100. His stated reason for that is that this is the biggest purchase of someone's life. The company built to replace you tested the premise and then walked it back themselves. They concluded they needed a human in the room for the part that matters. That is their product roadmap. Silicon Valley thinks you are a tour guide. Your clients know you are a therapist, a financial advisor, and a negotiator. None of that means you are safe. Alan Dalton framed this perfectly. AI will not replace real estate agents. It will divide them. One group uses AI to generate volume. More posts, more emails, more automated touches, all sounding identical. That group becomes interchangeable. Interchangeable is exactly what gets commoditized. The other group uses AI to sharpen judgment. They prepare harder. They run a follow-up system that is consistent. They walk in as the most prepared person in the room and win on that. The math on this is uncomfortable. If your value proposition is that you open doors and send drip campaigns, an app already does that for 1%. But if your value proposition is your experience, your neighborhood knowledge, and your integrity, there is no funding round large enough to buy that. It cannot be shipped. You do not get commoditized just because AI got good. You get commoditized because your offer was already generic. Stop panicking over headlines built to attract capital. The goal is not to out-automate an app. The goal is to build a business where the software handles everything repeatable and you handle the decisions so that when a client is scared at 11 at night, you are the one that they call. That is not a defensible position. That is the entire market. If you want the actual system for that, the link in the description takes you to Real Coach Academy. We built it for solo agents who are tired of collecting tools and want one repeatable operating system instead. It is free to join. We run a live execution lab every week. The whole thing is built around subtracting noise rather than adding more of it. Come build the machine with us. I'll see you on the inside.